Hello, people. I'm your host Neha Soni, aka Eha S, and I welcome you all to Wisely Wierd. Here we talk about knowledge, self love, learnings, and creating your own place in this world with a hint of entertainment. Thanks a lot for joining, and let's get started with.
As you must have already read the title of this episode, here we are going to talk about self love and self acceptance. One harsh reality is human behavior is mostly defined and controlled by validation and acceptance of others. But the real question is to what extent we should push ourselves to get those validations. Could we ever be able to break through this pathetic cycle? Most importantly, how? And to discuss this topic with me and dig to its depth, I would like to introduce you all with the very first guest of Wisely Weird, Miss Sheetal Sharma. I can't say any less about her. Currently, she's working with an edtech platform as a manager and has secured AIR 61 in UPSC CDSC. Like, wow. And she's also working as a chief coordinator in an NGO, Smile for All, which I also volunteer for, which apparently makes her my boss. Hello, Sheetaldi, how are you?
Hello Neha, how are you?
I'm fine too. How are you doing?
I'm super.
As we are here to talk about self love and self acceptance, and I don't think there could have been any other person whom I know to discuss this well enough with. And before getting any further with this, I would like to ask you, Sheetaldi, what does self love means to you, and how do you define it?
First of all, Neha, thank you so much for inviting me, and it is a pleasure for me.
Pleasure is all mine.
So, when we are talking about self love is something where you accept your true self, the way you are, without any grudges, without any complaints or anything. Don't you think that you are yours before you are for anyone else? And in life, acceptance is must. Even if you can't accept your mistakes, your true self, you won't be able to move ahead in your life. What do you think?
I cannot agree any less. Like you said it so well, and I believe it too that a major part of self love is accepting oneself, you know, and could be either in its good form or a bad form. Also, I would like to mention one more thing as we are talking about accepting oneself. When I was conducting a bit of research and was asking many people around me about their perspective of self love, ज़्यादातर they were friends and family, and I tend to come across many optimistic responses. But as I knew some of those people from before, I instantly recognized and felt that many times, even though people talk very high of self love and loving oneself, and they say that they don't care what others think of them, but as I said, I knew some of those people from before. Agar if those people were put in front of such a situation in real life where people start criticizing them, it becomes a different story altogether. They feel hurt, angry, agitated, and some even begin to doubt their own selves. Trust me, I myself am a legit witness of that.
We as human beings have this tendency to get hurt, agitated, and to express our emotions well. We, on a normal daily life, we do that thousands of times, right? And neither every day is same, nor we behave the same each day. But if something bad has happened, we can't behave normal. But the thing is how we cope up from that particular situation, that boost ourselves from those situations. Like कि हम बाहर कैसे निकल रहे हैं उस सिचुएशन से, how we are mending ourselves, are we shaking with that situation, or our confidence is stable, and like that only. That shows कि we are merely talking about the self confidence, self love, or is it seed there in our subconscious? It is something that comes from inside. We can't like teach someone to give a 1 hour session and they are like when they'll come out they'll be perfect in self love and self confidence and their attitude will be changed. No, it's not like that. It's something that comes from within. And in our today's hectic life schedule, we are very busy taking care of others. Like if other people are in your family also, you take care of every other person very well. Have they taken their meals? Have they slept very well? Do they need anything or not? But are we looking for ourselves also like the same way? This is the question we need to ask ourselves on a daily basis. What was the last time we went out on a date with ourselves? When was the last time you did something that you like to do without questioning or without being thinking about anyone else? And this is something we must do daily. कि हर दिन खुद के लिए कुछ अच्छा करो.
Very well said. I must say, very well said. And especially the point where like self love is not something where you go and enroll yourself for an hour course or session, and in the like moment snap, you are like, okay, I'm a self love expert. For that, you need to spend a part of your day reflecting and introspecting about your own self, which gives you an understanding about your own character, like what kind of a person you are और किस तरह से आप behave करते हैं and what you like and what you don't like. And believe me, this one single practice teaches you how to treat yourself right, and also it sets a bar for others कि आपको किस तरह से treat करना है. It let you understand your worth regardless of others' opinion.
Exactly. And one more thing that we have read and we know very various successful people in life, and there is one thing common in them. They take out some part of their day and they self introspect. They analyze the problems, they accept them, and then they move ahead.
Taking on from this point, as we have mentioned, that even successful people do introspect and face such issues, I would also like to share a story. Like it was mid 20th century that people used to believe that human cannot run a mile in the time span of 4 minutes. Okay, and also scientists declare that ऐसा करना could be very harmful for human heart and lungs, and it is like near impossible. Then came this guy Roger Bannister. He broke all the supposed human and scientific predicaments by running a mile in just 3 minutes and 59.4 seconds. Like, can you believe it?
Oh shit.
At Iffley Road track in Oxford, he broke all the records and set the new world record. But this too wasn't that long lasting. It gave people the needed impetus to believe in themselves, and exactly 46 days later, John Landy, another guy, broke the record again. Oh, now imagine,
Yes, really?
yeah, like it is you just need that impetus and that like self love and self confidence from within that you can do it. And now imagine if they would have listened to others, then the world wouldn't be able to witness such a wonder of human persistence breaking the myths of human limits. The very same way, I would like to recommend and must say this, that if you'll never try, then you'll never find out what you are capable of. Maybe you have the ability to bring the change, but you won't be able to just because you feared what the others would think of you.
Right. And this is there that we become what we think, what we feed on in our subconscious and in our society. Everyone is judging one another. They are busy in judging one another and they are busy in making comments on the other person. Everywhere you'll find someone who will say, "Ki, nahi, this is not for you and you can't do this." That time you just don't have to do anything. You just have to hold there for a second and take it as a challenge कि let me show you. अब तो ये पक्का होकर रहेगा. इससे पहले होता कि नहीं होता I don't know. But अब जो कहा है कि नहीं होगा, then तो ये पक्का होकर रहेगा. Take it as a thing that will motivate you to do the task. But in today's world, we keep on waiting for others' validation. Insta पर when you post something, you just keep on checking the notifications about the like, about the comments, who did the like. Oh my God, इतने ही like आए हैं. Oh my God, he said कि मैं मोटी लग रही हूँ. Shall I change the pic? Shall I delete the pic? Like hundreds of questions we have to deal with. And if you have that self-belief now, you won't be waiting for others' validation. It is up to you that you like it, you did that.
You mentioned one such a great point here. As the youth is engaging quite a lot in social media these days, the hatred among people and the judgmental character is developing more and more among people. And like people just have issues with everything. You post something good, even if it's like 100% perfect and it's like the best thing ever, still people would have issues with that. Like this happens a lot on Twitter. I have seen it. People just have issues with everything. They have to say something bad, like in the name of opinion. And You know what? I believe many of such people not just wait for a chance to say and act out something mean, attacking your self confidence just to show themselves at a fake higher level than you, because they know very well that they'll be left inefficient अगर वो डायरेक्ट कंपैरिजन में आ जाते हैं, they came into direct competition, they won't be relevant any longer.
Right. And people are not satisfied even with the nature. जिसने उन्हें बनाया है, they are not happy with them also. They have complaints about that. Like you have seen people जिन्होंने if it's raining too much, they must be complaining about that. If it's not raining, then also they will be complaining about that. So there will be people who must be complaining about each and everything. So they are not satisfied with any of the things. And our situations mold us. Like where you are at this moment, it's not that you just decided and you landed up. You must have faced various situations in life. Then you must have built yourself to this, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
And in my case, Neha, I have faced many rejections in various interviews, in various competitive exams. But at the end, I have this feeling कि कुछ भी हो, जब तक मैं अपने साथ हूँ, I'll figure out something. कुछ ना कुछ तो अच्छा कर ही लेंगे. Like इतने भी गए बीते नहीं है कि we won't be able to figure out things in life. We'll make it out. Something best of the thing which we have.
True, true. That is such a optimistic thing you have shared. And also I very agree with you over the point कि हमारी situations जो हैं they are only responsible for molding us. Okay, and I must say definitely we need to keep this in mind that nobody is born with the confidence of a world conqueror. And even neither I and you, Sheetal, do you agree? Like we were never like this when we were younger.
Totally agree.
And believe me, people, whoever's listening to this, adopting self love and self confidence might not be a piece of cake, but it's not impossible either. All you need to do is be aware of your situation and start embracing tiny changes in your life. They could be of various kinds. And Sheetaldi, why don't you share some of the tips like how to bring that self love and inculcate that self confidence in yourself?
Right. And as we previously said that it's not just a game of a time that you just go into a session and just when you come out you are fully done with self-love and self-confidence. It's not like that. There are various things which you must inculcate in your daily routine, which you must practice for a good number of days so that they feed in your subconscious and that brings changes in your life. Let's start with something that is very, very basic and that is very essential when we talk about self love and attitude towards life. It's the morning routine as it's the start of your day, how to prepare yourself for the coming day. As each day makes each year and each year is making your life. So every day is important and morning is the most important part of a day. So how you are making your routine, like waking up early, doing some workout, a healthy workout.
Further on, you can start with making your bed, and like even if you can't follow some exercise, you may have a walk in some park or like on your terrace. Like start with the tiny changes. As they say, starting out right means you are taking one step towards a successful day and a successful life. And even in our Hindu scriptures and shastras, it is well written that getting up early in the morning and taking a walk and beginning right is the very first step towards success. And along with that, the next step could be making a to do list. What I like to do is making a to do list, and it includes the tasks which I'm supposed to perform during the course of my day. And what the basic mistake the beginners do is बहुत ज़्यादा सारे काम डाल देंगे and then they won't be able to fulfill them, and at the end of the day they'll end up regretting it and feeling more depressed. So for that I would like to suggest कि add minimum task or a like fixed number of tasks. What I like to do is I know that my capacity is performing 6 tasks a day, so I don't add more than 6 tasks a day. If all of my 6 tasks are done, then I would think about doing something else or I'll take a break. So keep your plate minimal and don't add just too much on your plate which you cannot handle. Like, Sheetal, how do you prepare your to-do list?
I do agree, and in my case, I do make a to-do list, but that too a different type of to-do list. Like on a daily basis, I do, which are very important tasks of my day, and on weekly basis, I do for the tasks which are important in that coming week. And even I make a monthly to-do list, which is like a graph of my task completions, of my growth, you can say, or the things which I can look behind that yes, I did this in that particular month, and now I'm looking forward for that particular thing.
More like a daily basis or weekly, monthly journal, you say, right?
Yes.
As you heard Sheetalji and me, there could be various way of creating your to-do list and organizing your life. Like you may even find so many more videos or YouTube or Google it as well and find the best way which satisfy your needs and which is according to your routine. And believe me, this one simple thing can simplify your life quite a lot. It will help you achieve more than you could like ever imagine. I've been doing this for years and I must say this is something really life changing.
I totally agree, and there is something scientific also associated with it. Like with every task you complete, you feel a sense of accomplishment, and with that sense of accomplishment, you feel happy and you feel motivated to come to the next task.
True, true, very true. Like it is such a great joy. Like at the end of the day, you cross out vigorously all the tasks that you have written in. It just gives you that pleasure and joy. Even motivates you to complete more of the tasks.
Yes, and that feeling of a winner is there.
True, true.
You are done with your morning routine, guys. You are done with your to do list. Apart from this, I believe in this theory that if things inside you are correct, then things outside you fall in place accordingly. And do you believe in this?
Yeah, definitely. Organization could be divided into two parts as well. Like as you said right now, things inside you, like organization of your thoughts, and things outside, which is organization in your environment. It could be either your workplace or your room or even your house or apartment or anything.
Yes, and decluttering your thoughts, your room, your goals, your ambitions. Decluttering your room, clear up the mess, and makes your room clean. And that also gives you a sense of happiness.
I do remember one anecdote. Like we were having a meeting some time ago, and I was having some problem recalling some points there, and you advised me to take a moment and organize my thoughts. Actually, that helped me quite a lot, and thank you for that.
Oh, my pleasure. I used to be a messed up girl, but then I started analyzing things more. Then I don't remember the name, but I was reading some book, and there I read that if you can't change the situations outside the world, then just shift your focus to inside, because that is the thing which is under your control. So start mending the thoughts you have inside you, and the things outside will fall in place.
And also, I read a quote somewhere. It was, I don't remember it exactly, but it was something like human brain isn't meant for storing things. It is meant for thinking and creating things. So rather than wasting your time and energy in just keeping all the thoughts inside your head and like trying to remember all of it, just try to note it down somewhere and it will help you declutter your mind quite a lot.
It is a very good therapy, I must. If you are dealing with a problem and you're not able to find any solution, like in teenage, very common these days is a breakup. Okay, and people don't want to talk about it, don't want to share it with their friends as they'll be judging them. So in that case, or in any other problem you're dealing with in your life, in that case, just write down the problem. And if it is worse and without any solution, just tear down the pages and throw it away. You have seen that movie Jab We Met.
Oh, it's a famous movie that write it on a page and tear it out and like burn the picture and call the person and say out all the cuss words and like the classic,
Right.
classic.
Right. So if you write those problems which you're dealing with, just tear down the paper and throw away your frustration along with those pages. I'm not saying that I dealt with any breakup or like that, but in many of my problems, I've done this and this is like tested and verified.
Okay, I definitely agree with you. And also, one thing is, if the problem gets any severe, you must not at all hesitate to reach out as well. Many people think and believe, ki, including myself, I also used to at some point of time when I used to be younger and was kind of dealing with some depression as well.
I was also one among them.
Yeah, and like I used to think I must not tell people about it. दूसरों को क्यों परेशान करना? And they will not understand it at all because they are not in my shoes and like they won't get it at all. So I did not even try to like talk to anybody about it. I just kept it all inside me, and it was such a hell. And I suffered quite a lot after going through all that self torture that I have bended upon myself. When I finally decided to talk about it, it was very difficult, but I thought it is the right time to talk about it. It was mostly a breakdown, and like, believe me, it solved more than half of my problems. Talking out and reaching out to people can be very, very helpful in all the best possible manners.
Right. And I used to think that if I am the only one who will be dealing with this, what will be the point of sharing it with others? But it is not like that. If you are sharing the thing with others now, you might not be finding the right solution, but that will make you feel light. And for that, I think you must have a right company with you, like the people you are surrounded with. I know that you are having a brilliant family, but in case you don't like the people in your family, then in that case you can't change your family. You have to accept them, right? But the people you are surrounding with, your friend circle, if you are working in an office, your colleagues, people who are influencing you, who are helping you move ahead in your life, you can select them. बहुत ही अच्छे से आप उनको select करो so that if they are achieving great things in life, that will give you a boost to do better things in your life as well.
And yeah, it is very rightly said as well ki friends are your chosen family, and it is said for a reason as well. Sometimes if your parents are not able to understand you, it could be any reason, maybe the generation gap, or in any case, if you are not comfortable with your parents, then you can always reach out to a friend. But always think of this first, that that friend should be reliable and good enough. And trust me, if you have chosen the right friend and if you have chosen the right company of that person, then that person will definitely understand you and at least will try to understand you.
I have read this that at the age you are dealing with your 20s, you must have 10% in your life that you can completely rely on, completely trustworthy. Like if you are calling them at 2 a.m. for any help, they must be there. ऐसे करके 10 लोग आपकी लाइफ में होने चाहिए and that is the asset you have because this money and all these things are temporary, right? But if you are having those person as your friends, they have the right asset.
Like, I believe even if not 10, but if you have that one single person, that's worth it as well.
Right.
Among with all this, we cannot forget the very important point, which is the key to self love and self acceptance, that is self care. Self care is that one thing which helps your subconscious to regenerate and stay happy and stay lively for the longest period of time. You may consider self love as a healing agent. You may feel like, okay, I am working, I'm fine, but no, you need to take the time out from your busy schedules, no matter how hard you're working and how packed your schedules are. Once in a week or once in a while, you need to take that time out and spend that time with your own self. Like once a survey was conducted, people were asked if they were willing to either spend 15 minutes with their own self or they would get a electric shock for 5 minutes, and the results were so shocking to me. Like literally very, very shocking that people chose to electrocute themselves rather than spending 15 minutes with their own thoughts.
No, I can understand. This is a present scenario.
Yeah, like that is why self care, like spending time with your own self, going out, or if you are not able to go out of your house, you need to take out time for your hobbies. You can always opt for any hobby that you have had, or you can always go for a new hobby. Like hobbies are one thing that keeps you motivated, and also you can go out on a date with your own self. You can literally go
Right?
out for movies and go out to a cafe and do whatever you like. Go get a haircut, go for shopping, get your nails done, get your manicure, pedicure done, anything. Like you can do anything, try new makeups, paint your face, and for guys, you can go out and like as guys use I don't know what guys do for that, but like you can literally
Even they
go
can spend something for themselves,
yeah.
even shopping a new thing for them, for ourselves, make us happy.
Yeah, like okay, one thing that guys like to do quite a lot that I have observed in my surroundings that they likes to go and like hang out with their friends and hit the gym or do whatever they like, eat whatever food they like, go to the movies and anything. There is no gender distinction.
I think guys are much obsessed with their hair, so just go and get a new hair.
Oh my gosh, I cannot say enough about this. Guys are literally obsessed with their hair. They can spend hours in the salon and I don't know what they even do. They look just the
And
same.
no. We are talking about self care, so no, they are not looking the
No,
same.
about the hair. Like they just have these few number of hairs, like
And they
limited
don't want
number.
anyone to touch them. They don't even want anyone to touch them. Even
True.
I have my cousin who is just 9 years old, and he took 30 minutes to just make her hair.
Oh my gosh, like even my own father spends so many hours in salon every Sunday. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go salon. It means 2 to 3 hours are like just gone like this only. And we don't even realize like what's the difference. They just have this limited number of hair, like very short hair, and they take so long of a time as compared to we women who have too long hair comparatively.
And we can have hair spa also if you are willing to have a massage. That also gives you some sense of
Yeah.
joy.
In India, that oil massage from your mother and your sisters, like anybody,
Chumpy,
yeah,
chumpy, you must say.
fail jumpy, yeah, that is the best ever. And among all this self care, one more thing that you can adopt is the feeling of gratitude. You should never leave this feeling behind. You must always be grateful for whatever you have. Like many a people around the world don't even get to have that. You even get to eat food twice a day, even more than that. Always remember there are people around the world who are way worse than you. So be grateful for what you have. You have a roof over your head, you get to eat food, you get to have nice clothes, even though you don't have as many facilities as some Ambani kid or something. But still remember, many a people around the world die starving, and the children in Africa don't even have shoes to wear. Even in India, people die of hunger and dehydration, and they die on streets in winters. They don't have clothes. So be grateful for even people don't have families. You have families there. So be grateful and you have to be thankful. That is a need. You have to be thankful for your own self, which gives you an immense pleasure inside and happiness and hope to live again and be happy.
This is so damn true. Like we are falling under that category that are having internet. 10% of people are having that, and just because of that internet, you are able to listen to this beautiful podcast. And there are various things in your daily life that you must be grateful of. Like I have this habit before going to bed, I just recall my day and I feel blessed for the things which I have. Might be a good tea with the start of my day. It might be a good sunset that I observe while chilling out on my terrace. It might be a good wind also, जो कि ठंडी सी हवा मेरे चेहरे पे लगी है. I just hold on and I am thankful for that particular wind. And for that, Gratitude, I think people follow journaling also. They write down things which they are grateful for in a day. If you are writing 3 points, if you are not writing, just recall that the things which you are grateful of. If you are sitting in AC, that is something wonderful because people are not having that. You are having good friends. Start valuing them. You are having parents who love you. Start embracing them. Coming to the point that journaling, I think journaling is a very good habit one should adopt. As we previously said that it declutters your thought process. It makes clarity that the things which you want to do, the things you are dealing with. And I personally have this habit of journaling and I must say Neha too do that.
Yeah, I for now do not go physically into a journal and write about it, but I think all about it, like what I have done all this day and what I'm grateful for. I think about all this. You have explained it so wonderfully, and like that thandi hawa that you feel over your face. Such a wonderful point you have mentioned. We tend to ignore these tiny things in life. These tiny things are a huge part of our living. They should be your source of happiness as well. Like for me, these tiny things matters quite a lot. I believe in rejoicing something the very same way I have experienced it for the very first time. For example, कोई बच्चा जब पहली बार आम टेस्ट करता है, how happy that kid is. Like इससे better उसने कभी कुछ खाया ही ना हो जिंदगी में. How happy that kid gets. So, why can't we experience the same happiness when we eat that mango every single time? It is the same mango and it is the same us, and it tastes the very same too. So, why can't we feel that happiness every single time? This is what I believe in. You need to feel happy. You need to feel things as you have never seen and experienced them ever before. And that is how I like to live my life.
Totally agree. And I think that is the matter of perspective, your perspective towards life. Like people have different type of perspective. Like someone is waiting on a traffic light that is full of jam and people are honking, but one person sitting there will be disturbed and must be complaining कि यार कब निकलूंगा यहाँ से, it's taking too much, ooh, paw, paw type. And the other person sitting there, if I am sitting on the other side, I must be looking at the sky, those beautiful clouds, and a song that must be running in my head. Let's skip to the good part. So it's just the perspective that you have towards life, the things which you are focusing on. There are various negative things around you, but you must shift your focus towards the little or minimal positive things you have.
Very true. And one more thing I would like to mention here that before moving any further and taking any step towards changing your life and towards self confidence and self love, you need to let go of past. I know it is way easier said than done, but with a bit more of effort and concentration in right direction, we can learn to forget whatever that happened in the past and move forward with all the learnings that time has taught us with a greater sense of confidence and love for ourselves.
Very well said, Neha. And just keep this thing in mind that this moment right now won't come up. चाहे अच्छा है चाहे बुरा है, बस अभी के लिए है जो भी है. And I have something to share. I have written something when I was dealing with some of problem in my life. I would like to share it here.
I'll be pleased to, please do.
Thank you so much. Okay, पल ही तो है गुजर जाएगा, बुरा है कुछ सिखा जाएगा, अच्छा है यादें बन जाएगा, पल ही तो है गुजर ही जाएगा. That means that just live your life to the fullest. Whatever is served in your plate, it might be different for others, but enjoy the taste and live your life to the fullest.
Wow, what a wonderful prose you have just said. And I don't know why. आपकी आवाज में it sounded even more sweet. I don't know, anything sounds more sweet in your voice, and I have said this before as well, and I'm going to say it again.
Thank you so much.
And I can't express how beautiful it was, and it's been my immense pleasure that you agreed to be my very first guest of Wisely Weird, and I got to have this very fulfilling discussion with you. I so love your perspective about life, and got to learn quite a lot from you today. I hope we can do this again sometime.
Definitely, and I'm looking forward to it. I really love the energy you have. We are having various things in common, and I wish you all the very best for this wonderful journey. And congratulations for your new start as well.
Thank you so much. And before wrapping this up, everybody, remember as Dory said to Nemo, when life gets you down, you know what you gotta do? Just keep swimming.
Thank you so much for joining me today, people. We'll meet you next Saturday with a brand new episode. Also, you can go and check out my book, Clouds, available on Amazon Kindle. And don't forget to follow Wisely Wierd over YouTube and on the social media platforms for more updates. All the links are in description. And it's me, Eha S.